Guys, can you hear me now? Hey, guys. Guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me now? Oh, yes. Okay, my apologies. This is my bad, actually. So, it's very live. And I will have to repeat my introduction again, but I'll make it shorter, probably. So I hope you missed me. I missed my last AMA for the first time, maybe in a year, but I'm back. And I think we will work on like different approaches to making those AMAs more fun now. So there's going to be more like airdrops, more activities. We need to get people engaged. So let's get started without further ado. What happened on Waves last week? I think the most important thing, and you must be aware of it, we are going to launch units. This is like an ecosystem of new, beautiful Waves side chains. It's not one side chain, it's like many side chains. We're launching the first one. There's going to be a DAO based on the token of the first chain. And this process will continue hopefully forever. And before that, we will be running an airdrop campaign, airdrop slash retrodrop. And it's almost ready. So I won't tell you when it's starting because you will know. Yeah, let me share you again with you again the page, the landing page. There might be some minor tweaks, but more or less it's like it's done. And so wait for the start, and you will know when it's starting because there's going to be an invitation code shared. And early birds get more because the mechanics is like that, basically. During this campaign, L2MP token will be distributed to the participants like in even portions, each block. So it means, if you think a little, that the sooner you join, the more LP tokens you get, and correspondingly, the bigger share of unit zero is going to be. So it's starting soon, everything is ready, contracts are tested, and we are waiting for the right moment. So stay tuned, guys. Uh, you can ask me about some other things that happened on Waves last week, including like the problems that we are facing. So you probably know that we haven't resolved everything yet. So I'm very open to discuss that. But I will probably want to attract your attention to upcoming synthetics on WX, synthetics and derivatives. WX, which is wx.network, or also known as waves.exchange, before the rebranding, basically is one of the oldest DEXs in existence, and probably the oldest continuously running one, if I'm not mistaken. And now it's like launching futures finally. I think we should have done it long ago, but maybe we were like focusing on some other things, and it's time to do that now. So there's going to be decentralized futures on wx.network. And they will work differently, absolutely differently. So this is a unique product. We need to test it. That's why we want to launch it in stages. I will explain the stages now. Nobody did that before because the setup is different. It looks like permanent futures, if you know what I mean, if you are a trader. you know, like what permanent futures are, basically. Yes, they were invented on BitMEX. It's an invention which actually appeared in crypto. They hadn't existed before. And the guy from BitMEX, I'm forgetting his name, black guy, a very smart one, has come up with that idea to basically create perpetual futures, not permanent, perpetual, sorry. And the idea of funding rate is used to actually do that. You need to pay, you need to get, for example, shorters pay the people who have long positions in order to bring the price closer to the market price. But it's kind of complicated and newbies don't really get that fast. So we have a different setup where you basically can see an order book and the price is exactly the market price. There are futures, but there is no funding rate. It's unique, and let's see how it goes. So it's going to be bootstrapped basically in two stages. During the first stage, we will drop you some synthetic assets because Waves or WX exchange, WX.network deals with tokens. It's like a token platform. So those futures will be based on actual tokens. And we will drop you some tokens first, like for free, but you will be able to sell them. And there is going to be market for them because the only price at which you will be able to sell those tokens is the market price. So you get some tokens for free and you can sell them if there is buyers. And we'll try to make sure that there's going to be buyers. And this is the way this process will be bootstrapped. And after that, once we have distributed the tokens, we will enable margin trading. So we'll have this like futures trading platform on WX. And we're going to distribute those assets, those synthetic assets in batches in a series of airdrops. The first airdrop is going to be with BTC, synthetic BTC, Bitcoin, and it will be airdropped to participants of WX DAO. I won't go into too much detail actually how it works because it's pretty hard to explain like in this like short speech. You can check it out for yourself or ask WX support. But in a nutshell, how it works, there is a WX DAO token which you can stake in the DAO and also participate in governance decisions. And if WX DAO treasury grows, you get a percentage of that growth. And WX treasury consists of 10 million WX tokens, which was donated to the treasury by the team. So if it grows, you're paid. Very simple. And also you get a power token. It's a bit complicated actually. So let me just tell you that you can read about that on WX website. I think the idea is pretty neat. So, and we want you to participate in the DAO, to participate in the WX DAO governance. That's why the first batch of synthetic assets will be distributed to WX DAO token holders. If you don't have any of those tokens, you can either buy some or participate in the airdrop, which will happen during this AMA. I will drop you some tokens right now. So like after the AMA. So how it's gonna work, just post your Waves address and get one token. It's about like $3. I have 150 tokens, which was donated to me by WX team. And they will be distributed to you guys after this AMA. So one address per account, please don't abuse. And I think it might be pretty interesting because WX price is very low. If everything works out, synthetics will launch properly. It will be reflected in the price of WX doll as well. So it might be like $3 now, it might be much more in the future. So just post your address, guys. What the fees? Yeah, so giving away money while people are waiting on refunds. You don't understand, Jiren. So this is exactly the beauty of this idea. Let me just explain once again then. You're going to receive synthetic assets. They have value because they can be traded only at the price of a real asset. This is it. So it's not like real money, in and of itself. But in the setup, it becomes real money, So, and if everything like works out, if there is like enough volume, we can basically distribute the synthetic assets to users who had issues with the gateways, actually, or we can channel the profits from futures to them. So it's like, it can be done either way, actually. So if people are like more technically knowledgeable, they can just like get those synthetic assets and sell them yourselves. If it's really hard for them, we can do it for them. So the beauty of this idea is you create an instrument which can be traded at market price only. And if there is sufficient demand, if this platform works well, if people want to trade this, if they find the interface good, basically it becomes a valuable asset, So there is some like creation of value through the product itself. So if you know what I mean, Jiren, because it's like a question which actually tells me that you probably don't understand the idea. Okay, so guys, and while you're like posting the raise addresses, let me go through the questions. Okay, I'll start from the bottom and I will scroll up. We need pump, not blah, blah, blah. Sasha boy. Pump it then, man. Pump it, please. Yeah, so why are you like, we need pumps to do it? And when features, which features? You can post your address here. Post just here, yes, in YouTube chat. Use 500 million, you still to pump wave, Sasha. Probably you don't understand the situation, what actually happened. It was explained many times. So I'm not sure that I have to repeat again, but I can update you on the current status because people are asking and probably not everyone is following everything that is happening on Waves right now. So how we're like resolving the situation, which came from DPAC of XTM/USDN and those like shorter spot campaigns. So basically, what is happening now, it's the same that was happening like a few months ago because we are sticking to the plan in terms of XTN. XTN is being bought back by 1/3 of wage inflation. Basically 2 waves per block go to buying back USDN and burning it. And L2 XTN can also be swapped into L2MP, which is the token of the upcoming network on Waves. Currently, and it's tradable already. Currently, L2MP price is around 1/2 of XTN price. So that swap doesn't make much sense. but it might start making sense in the future. And in this case, XTN price actually will depend on the price of L2MP and on the success of units network. So if it is successful, it will be reflected in the price of XTN. And people who have who have their funds stuck in Virus.finance will be able to sell their XTN because those funds were backed by XTN at a higher price and at least not lose money. It's gonna take some time, and it's been taking a lot of time by now. But we are still moving toward the goal, of like releasing funds from Virus through XTN, buying back XTN and burning it, creating buy pressure, increasing XTN price, and eventually it should result in the increase of XTN price and investing on Virus becoming maybe not profitable, but at least not losing money, So this is the idea here. If you want to know about other issues, because there were some other issues, please ask. What will the fees be for synthetic trading? They're going to be the same as for other assets trading. So basically, you pay either a percentage on WX now or a fixed fee, so it's the same more or less. So it's not going to be different from the current setup. If you trade with leverage, it increases the volume, obviously. So in terms of profitability, futures usually are more profitable than spot trading because people trade with leverage. And you also have liquidations. Hey, Sasha, I DM'd you all the transaction info you asked for raise domains refund. Basically, Keeper team is back and they're working on launching the domains, and actually they posted on the public group their plans, and I talked to Max half an hour ago, I think, and he's saying that they will publish the roadmap next week. So I'm not sure that it makes sense to refund anything right now because let's see how it goes. I think if the roadmap is published and executed, why do you need the refund? By the way, is swap to L2MP burning is stopped? No, you can swap to L2MP. Yeah, but probably that makes sense at the moment because L2MP price is lower than XTN price. You can swap now, it works. B street, you can, but actually, why do you need to do that right now? You can try, it should work. If it doesn't, please let me know. People don't swap, as I said, because there is there is no arbitrage basically. Yeah. Oh, so many people came here, guys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Vicious fidelity. What happened to money back in 365 days profit? Please elaborate on your question a bit. Yeah. Jiren, they banned me from the group. I can't access it. Let me like write max, Jiren, so I can make you a refund, but my goal is to make sure that this project will actually launch, you know. We must take serious steps now. We're almost in 215th place. Guys, to be honest, I haven't opened CoinMarketCap maybe like in 3 years, to be honest. I understand that you really care about this position. But I think how to explain, so it would probably need some like longer discussion. I think that there is better benchmarks, we are not there yet, but even if Waves was like top 10 or top whatever, like top 3, it wouldn't mean that Waves is doing great, for me. Because I think that Waves' goal is different from the goals of some other blockchains. Let me put it this way. Let me be very politically correct, So, and I'm pursuing some other goals, basically, which I have been trying to pursue since probably 2014. Maybe not so successfully, but it's not over yet. So it's like 10 years, guys. I'm in this business. 10 years. For 10 years. So and like I think that it's not over yet. It went into some other direction. Not that I expected, but it's okay. Because now I can see all the problems. And probably I don't know how to resolve them, but at least I can understand what the problem is. Okay, let me be that cryptic, maybe some other time when we have resolved maybe more tangible problems. I will be speaking more about like the ideology and such, but for now, let us focus on like the problems at hand. Sasha, go home. How much money you need? You look poor. I don't need much money, guys. I need some money to feed my family. That's it. What the update on Trina Index Fund? I'm in discussion. We have a plan, and I'll make sure it will be posted next week by the team. Say something new that we don't know. Okay. Waste funny note. I can tell those guys something that they don't know. Don't tempt me. Okay? Don't tempt me. 102. So good question. Retro campaign starts like ASAP, and it's gonna take 3 months because we need to do some marketing, some like proper marketing. Guys, are you gonna post your Waves addresses, or you don't care about WXDAO and you don't care about getting some BTC for free? Basically, synthetic BTC, but it's like a real one because you will be able to sell it. So you just don't care, or what? I don't understand. Nobody posts anything. Sasha, push Pete at least $1. Let me focus on units and synthetics for now, and once it's successful, I will get back to Pete. But I think I'll get back to Pete actually before that. Yeah, because it doesn't require too much time. Jiren, you bought those domains, and maybe I can get Max to reach out to you, because you seem to be very unhappy. You already forgot your own virus finance strategic plan. You literally promised to pay people back in a year plus 10% profit. Yeah, it might have happened actually. Yeah. Guys, that plan was made based on the perception of the situation that we had back then. Unfortunately, so if you want me to explain what actually came down, some other things came up, which I wasn't aware of at the moment, which prevented me from doing what was announced. The plan was, if you're really interested, and probably you missed last year on waves, but it's okay. So the plan was to basically maintain the price of XTN/USDN at $1, basically keeping the pack and slowly converting it to USD at basically at pack price at 1-to-1 ratio. And we couldn't do that, unfortunately, because we had more pressure, basically mostly from centralized exchanges, who wanted to basically sunset USDN, have USDNs like phased out, and they threatened with delisting of waves. And it was like a very interesting trade-off because you need to choose either. You need to choose something. So and the pressure was like really high from Korean exchanges, from the biggest exchange, and basically sunsetting, and it was like very public, so because they were like not only like in private, they were pushing very publicly, and people like lost faith in USDN and started selling it like really hard, and we couldn't really maintain the pack. And because Wave's price was also falling, and it was important for maintaining the peg as well. So you couldn't maintain the peg. That was the problem. So we had to sell XTN below peg to release funds from WX, because there was a staking product on WX, which was backed by USDN. So in order to release funds from that product, we had to sell as much XTN as we could. And since it was sold below the peg, there was some discrepancy that we are still fighting with. So this is the situation, man. So if you want to tell me that I broke my promise, it's not exactly like that. So basically, I couldn't do what I had basically promised to do. This is a bit different because situation changed and we had to deal with new developments, unfortunately. Yeah, so this is it. But we are not like, we are not, how to say, so nothing is over. We're moving forward, and I think that we will have a major breakthrough once units.network has launched. Push the crypto. Hello, Sasha. How is Waves, and what's your thoughts on Ergo? Waves is doing fine, although it's struggling. It's like as for Ergo, great product, great project. Actually, I haven't talked to Sasha for a while, but he's a great developer, and basically he was probably the first developer in crypto that I met. So I wish you guys best of luck and hope you will replace Bitcoin someday. Because it deserved to. Bit Street, when margin trading, can you explain how the protocol charges a fee for how long? No, it's not gonna be like that. So there is no funding rate. Basically, you pay a fee only for opening a position, which is like buying or selling a synthetic asset, right? So if you buy synthetic Bitcoin, you basically pay a fee for just a regular trade. The same applies to selling. And since you don't have any funding rate here, you don't pay for maintaining your position. Because how it works, if you want to know the nitty-gritty, you can sell only at the Oracle price. So it's different from perpetuals. Sorry, I call them permanent at the beginning, like perpetual futures. Because in perpetuals, there is this mechanism of funding rate that brings market price to the Oracle price. But here we have a different setup. We can just make sure that you can't sell at any other price but the Oracle price. So we don't need funding rate anymore. I think the setup is beautiful and should work out really well for like new people, for newbies, because it's hard to understand funding rate for like regular people. People want to trade. I don't really condone that, so I think people shouldn't trade, but okay, they do that. And they want to understand how this like perpetuals work, and sometimes it's really hard to figure that out, So I think this setup is easier to understand. It's closer to Forex, if you know Forex, to dealer model, when you just have market price and you basically sell it to retail. So Forex price is different from like the actual price because of spread, which is added on top by the Forex broker. Here it's more or less the same. So this is a different idea. Let's see how it works out. If it works out, maybe it's going to be like a new approach to margin trading. Uh, are we planning, Sincerman, if I'm not mistaken, this is Ways on Chain developer. Are we planning locked staking option for L2MP in different periods, such as 3 to 6 months after? You will be able to basically lock your L2MP and unlock it weekly. So to make it like shorter, it's pretty dangerous, but you won't be required to hold your L2MP, to stake your L2MP with a particular node for too long, so 1 week is enough. Okay, nobody wants to get some tokens for free. You are the weirdest crypto audience I've ever seen. So, but it's okay, guys. You don't want it, I won't give it to you. Tooth on Tooth is keeps posting some messages about like me being a very bad guy, and like let it be, guys. Let him knock himself out. Phoenix, Sasha bro, can you please elaborate on the plan for an SBT? What are you thinking? Basically, they launch on Ethereum, they make some money, and they pay you guys, all SBT holders, like real money, and that's it. Please don't forget Numeris. Yes, it could have been launched, but unfortunately, some money was needed to basically pay developers, and I couldn't raise it. And then so I thought that I would be able to do that pretty fast, and there was some initial traction, but later it just fizzled out, and some other things came up. which I have to take care of. So probably let me focus on units because this is very important. And once it's like, once it picks up steam, we can actually get back to relaunching Virus, which is numerous. When units network launch, okay, so the status is like that. Basically, we have it on StageNet. I think it's going to be on testnet until the end of February. And so we could launch it maybe in March, so, but we need some time for marketing campaign. So I think it makes sense to properly test it publicly and also internally. And in parallel, we're going to have this major campaign, which is, I'm reminding you, tell me, what do you think about the design, by the way, of the landing page? And while it's happening, we will have some developer events. We will try to onboard some developers. So back to your question, I think the proper timing would be 3 months from now. And once again, we could do that much faster, but we need time for marketing. So let's just be a bit patient and let's do it properly. So many people now, where guys are you coming from? Push the crypto. Yeah, I'm not like, yeah, I hear you're also a great developer. I'm not really a coder. I can code, but I'm a very slow coder, so I don't code. But maybe I'm more of an engineer, but not not really that as well. So I just want, decentralized tech to be meaningful, and I'm doing my best. Guys, a last attempt. If you want to get some weeks WX DAO tokens for free, no strings attached. Just like no strings attached. You post your Waze address, you get some WX DAO tokens. One token is $3 now. And if you get this token and stake it in WX DAO, you're eligible for receiving synthetic BTC asset, which will be airdropped to the community next week. So I wouldn't refuse this offer, actually. But it's up to you. Maybe you're very rich. In this case, it's hard to understand what you guys are doing here. Address not showing here. Why? Why is not showing? Let me ask. It's a very difficult day today, everything goes like not according to plan. What do you mean you can't post your address here? Let me post some address. I did post. What's wrong? Q Sparks, hi man, why can't you post? I posted. I haven't seen any Waves address since the beginning of the EMA. Only the one I posted, I can see it. Maybe there is some like spam filter here. We don't need double X token, pump waves. Okay, man, okay, I will work on that. I can, so when people are asking to pump waves to the moon, I can't come up with some like witty comeback. It's okay, man, I'll do my best. Just stay put. Are you real? Why? There is some fucking spam filter. It never worked like that, like guys, because everybody, you were able to post your addresses in YouTube chat. What's going on now? I don't know. Fuck. Yeah. Maybe you need to make some prefix. I don't know. Like, try this. Like Waves address, semicolon. Shit, it doesn't work. What's going on? I'm speechless. This is like something that I didn't expect because they tweaked something here. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, so okay, guys, let's try to find some smart ways to post your Waze address here. Let's try to circumvent Google spam filters. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you figured that out. Awesome. It took us like 1 hour to do that, but we did that. Okay. So let's just continue for 15 more minutes so you can post your addresses. Phoenix, you failed. Guy, you failed as well. Try some other way. I don't know how it should. Maybe you should like. What's the difference? I don't understand. Try to do it like in parentheses. No, no, we need to post like at least 50 Waze addresses, guys. This is your like task. Do it now. I don't know how. I don't care. You need to post your fucking Waze address right now. Where is real Sasha? What do you mean? I'm wait. Which Sasha? Sasha Gray? Or oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like it's going into some bad direction. AI Sasha. Yeah. Soon you won't be able to tell whether you can see an AI person or a real person because there's not going to be any difference. It works. You have to find a way to post your Waves address. Waves want you to post your Waves address. Stop screaming. Yeah, I'm alone here, guys. Like nobody cares. Everybody left. It's Friday night. Sasha is Gemini. What do you mean Gemini? Gemini. What do you mean Gemini? No, only here, guys. You have to circumvent uh, Google spam filters and find a way to post your beautiful Waves address to receive one $XDAO token to be able to receive synthetic BTC later. Some people can, some people can't. This is very strange. I actually can't see any logic here because some people try the same, like Waves address something, like Waves address, 2 words, and then actual Waves address. And it works for some people, but for others, it doesn't. So I can't explain. Muhammad, Heyman. I remember Muhammad. Thank you very much for posting your address. Okay, let's continue for like a few minutes more because we started late because I couldn't turn my mic on as usually. So what's coming? What's coming? The retro drop is starting, and tonight I'm focusing more on synthetics. So probably retro drop is a bigger thing, but synthetics is a big thing as well, because basically I want you to understand the beauty of this idea, guys. We will drop you tokens which you will be able to sell for real money, so, and it's not like, for example, it's not like WXG Bitcoin, which you can sell for a fraction of the price. You should be able to sell that Bitcoin that you get for the real price. We need to create the platform and demand. So if people like the setup, the platform will be used, and you will be able to sell synthetics that you get during the airdrop at Bitcoin price. So let's see how it goes. I like the idea a lot, and it's very new because nobody had anything similar like. So let's see how it works out for us. So this thing will happen next week. There's going to be the first batch of this airdrop, and people who have WX DAO token will receive the airdrop. So we're gonna drop you some tokens, and you can buy them on WX as well, stake them in the DAO. If you have some issues because the process is maybe a bit not straightforward, it's a bit like intricate, you can ask support and they will guide you through the process. So once you have staked your WX DAO tokens in the DAO, you will receive at some point next week synthetic BTC assets, which actually can be tradable. There is no leverage for now. Leverage is coming next because we need to do this process in two stages. First, we launch synthetics, then we launch margin trading, because synthetics are pretty unique in and of itself. So we need to test them out properly first, and then move forward to launching margin trading. So, and you will be able to play with synthetic BTC in a few days. That's it. And at some point at the end of February, at the beginning of March, you will see invitation code posted for the RetroDrop campaign. Stay tuned. And when USDC, WG, yes, so the plan for now is to launch units, and if the launch is successful, it should help all the issues, including WXG issue. So let's focus on that, and it will work out. It should work out, and it will work out. And it's coming, so guys, not too much time to wait. Now, I understand that you have been waiting for a long time. But now, there is not so much time to wait. Yeah, people figured out how to beat Google spam filter. Yeah, Carlos posted. Sasha, you think NSBT can participate in WXDAO by depositing some of the reserves and hold the WXDAO tokens? You mean, yeah, it's a good idea actually. Yeah, something like that can be done. Taco, taco, burrito, burrito, taco, taco. Hi, BH. Are you hungry or something? Okay, BH deleted his message. He ate all those tacos and burritos up. Okay, guys, so okay, I will check the DMs. It was a messy AMA, but it's fine. It's fine. So this is the first AMA after this like 2 weeks pause. So we're gonna get better. So I'm gonna leave you now. I think I basically explained everything that I wanted to explain. Maybe it's not so clear how those synthetics work for now because I get a lot of questions because it's like a new product, but you will figure it out, I'm sure. So just stay tuned and follow the launch process. I love you all. Finally, things are starting to move forward. Big launches are coming. I'm very excited. And I want you to be excited as well, guys, because many interesting things are finally starting to happen. I love you all. Ride on waves. Power to the people. Till next week. Have a nice, productive week and come to us next Friday.